Good evening, Saurabh, Shiva Prasad. Am I audible?
Good evening, sir. Yes, sir, audible.
Good evening. Good evening. Are you viewing the screen perfectly? Is the screen visible to you or not? MCQs on RBI circulars.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. Last session we have studied about financial ratios. Okay. Mm, are you well aware of it now or not? Krishna Swami, what are the current assets?
So good evening, sir. Sir, cash in hand and stock, sir.
Stock is current asset.
So closing stocks.
Saurabh,
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
am I visible to you perfectly or not now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stock is current asset or not?
Stock is not the current asset, sir.
Current asset?
No, sir. Because next step we are not sure, like, what it would be
Yes.
converted to.
Very good, very good, very good. Krishna Swami, are you getting the thing or not? Why it is not a current asset? Do you know? Now you are able to know whether it is a current asset or not.
Yes, sir. Because probability of conversion within 1 year is less, sir.
Yes. If it is, what do you mean by that 1 year? What do you mean by that 1 year?
Sir, operation cycle should complete within 1 year, sir. That it should be converted into cash.
Okay. Adil, are you there? Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Listen, this is the very important season if you are appearing for the GPU exam this year. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Whatever we have studied in the last session regarding the current assets and financial ratios, etc., these are important for your interview. Generally, this is not asked in GPU exam for RRB, specifically RRB. Okay, tell me whether receivable. What do you mean by receivable? Once we will have a smart review, then we will go through our session. Receivable. Do you know what is this?
You asking to me, sir?
Yes. Am I visible now? Correctly, my video is coming to you or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me. What do you mean by receivable? What do you mean by receivable?
You asking to
Receivable.
me, sir?
Yes, Adil, you tell. Okay, receivable means, I will be telling you, receivable means what company will receive against credit sales. Okay, उधार पे पैसा देते हैं ना, मतलब सामान देते हैं कि नहीं, on credit.
Yes, sir.
If it be, this is called the receivable. Okay, then it will be a current asset or non-current asset. See, last time I told you that any of such receivables, if not specifically stated, it is assumed that it will be received within 1 year. 1 year means that accounting period. Suppose your company sold something on January. Adil, your company sold something on January 14 and your closing date is 31st March. Then this is the only period available for being the current asset, because if it is not realized in that accounting period, it will be carried over to the next year. It won't be considered. Okay, it must be realized on within due date, means within accounting period. Okay, now we will be moving towards our MCQs on RBI circular. This PDF will also be shared to you all just after finishing this session. The password will also be shared with you. Okay, let me stop this video and now let me zoom the screen. Okay. Wait a minute. Now it is visible or not? Abhijit, screen is visible to you or not?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, okay. The have you people studied whatever RBI circle compilation I shared in the group? RBI सर्कुलर का कंपाइलेशन जो भी ग्रुप में शेयर किया था, अगर आपने पढ़ा होगा उसको तो आप इसका आंसर दे पाएंगे. ओके, I have not quoted answers here because some of you may be able to get the answers and answers that would be beneficial. We will be. Tell me, what is the revised bulk deposit limit for scheduled primary urban cooperative bank? Tell. Vijit, Suraj,
Yes, yes, sir.
what is the revised bulk deposit limit for urban cooperative bank?
1 crore.
Hmm? It is rupees 1 crore and above. Okay.
Yes, sir.
रुपए
B, option B.
ओके, जो मैंने आरबीआई सर्कुलर का कंपाइलेशन शेयर किया था, आप लोगों ने उसे पढ़ा? टेल मी ऑनेस्टली. नहीं पढ़ा? उसको पढ़िए. दैट इज नॉट, डू नॉट बी ए
50% पढ़ा है सर.
क्योंकि बिकॉज इट इज आल्सो, इट कंज्यूम्स a lot of my time. If it won't be useful to you, then it is also not useful to me. Okay. Okay, this, if it is 1 crore and above, then it is bulk deposit. Do you know what is the reason regarding the defining the bulk deposit? बल्क डिपॉजिट को डिफाइन करने की क्या जरूरत है? व्हाट इज द रीजन? रीजन बीइंग, bulk deposit, when you will accept the deposit, you need to pay the interest. Okay, there is a liability on bank side. Deposit is an asset or liability for the bank?
Liability, sir.
Liabilities.
Yes, this question may be asked in the interview. In a number of interviews, it has been asked, and most of candidates answered wrongly because they are thinking deposit on their behalf. No, on bank behalf, you have to pay that deposit. On this deposit, you will be paying the interest. That's why you need to earn the interest. Okay. Therefore, there is a categorization of bulk deposit, so that high amount of deposit should not increase the cost of deposit. Because for the bulk deposit, you need to permission from your bank treasury for accepting such deposit. Now, next question. Under the revised regulatory framework, question is visible to you or not?
Sir,
Now,
one question here. Hello, sir.
yes.
Yeah, so bulk deposit is only from current asset or retail asset both? Retail bulk deposit is termed as only from the current accounts or retail that is savings account?
No, okay. Oh, let me see. You bulk deposit mean you think that in current account, if it is there is balance of 1 crore, okay, then it will be
Yes,
considered a deposit or not? No,
bulk.
okay. Do you pay any interest on this current account deposit? Do banks pay any interest on current accounts?
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
but no.
Then there is no need. There is no need for extra arrangement in current account. There may be some accounts for which are opened for business purpose. Okay, there is
Why
different fluctuation.
but we
Yes,
differentiate like it's a retail FD, it's a bulk FD. Retail FD is done from savings and whatever we do from current accounts that is considered as a bulk
one
FD.
minute, 1 minute. Okay, I will be defining what is the retail and what is bulk. Retail is all such FDs for which the permission from your treasury is not required for matching asset and liability. Okay, these are from general deposit from accepting from public. Okay, further
Yes.
on retail deposits below some a fixed amount, there is uniform rate. For the bulk deposit, your treasury define offers the rate. जैसे कि जो एफडी आप गवर्नमेंट से लेते हो तो गवर्नमेंट पहले से अनाउंस करती है कि मुझे इतना इंटरेस्ट चाहिए या मिनिमम इतना इंटरेस्ट है व्हाट यू आर कोटिंग दिस इज कॉल्ड एज बल्क डिपॉजिट all other deposits are categorized as the retail deposit. Now, under the revised regulatory framework, what defines a bulk deposit for urban cooperative banks in 3 and 4? This is the same question.
B only, sir.
Which deposit?
Sir, tier 3 and 4 means
No. Do you have you studied tier wise classification of UCBs or not? In suggested reading, I have already stated that you have to study tier based classification of UCBs. Not studied. This is the same question as asked above. Do you see? Just the language is changed. Krishna Swami, what is the answer of this question? Under revised regulatory framework, which defines a bulk deposit for cooperative banks in tier 3 and tier 4. For tier,
Yeah.
you know that this is based on the size, especially deposit size, the UCBs, it starts from 10,000 crore. Okay. Later, I will be telling you just when I will be discussing the conceptual uh, uh, compilation of RBI circular. Okay. For all UCBs, apart from scheduled UCBs in 3/4, what is the minimum limit for a single rupee term deposit to be considered as the bulk deposit? Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 and Tier 4.
सर क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 का सर क्या आंसर होगा
1 crore. 1 crore and above. Okay. For others, it is 15 rupees 15 lakh and above. These will be considered as bulk deposit. What factors can cause variations in interest rate? What factors can cause variation in interest rate on term deposit for cooperative banks according to given directions? According to given directions means whatever directions were issued from RBI for urban cooperative bank. Then what causes the variations in interest rate? Means on which basis the interest rate varies on deposit. It specifically depends on the tenor of deposits and size of deposit. If size is high, it means bulk deposit, there will be differential rate. Can anyone tell there are also schemes where differential interest can be offered to repay retail deposits also? What is the amount? Not studied, not studied. Hmm. Are you people only collecting the PDF? Hmm. Study well. According to directions, what is the minimum tenor of deposits offered by cooperative banks? Note that this is not true only for the cooperative banks. This is true for all other banks also. This question has already been asked in interview. For how many minimum days you can open an FD?
7 days.
Answer for me.
7 days, sir. 7 days.
Shiva Prasad,
Yes, sir. Minimum 7 days.
who are in operation might be knowing. This is not only true for UCBs. You know that urban cooperative banks are also now regulated by RBI. Most of the things which are true for the commercial banks are also true for cooperative banks also. Under what circumstances no interest rate to be paid premature withdrawal of deposits according to given direction? If withdrawn within 5 days of deposit, okay. If withdrawn before maturity date, if withdrawn within 10 days, if withdrawn after maturity date. Tell. No interest rate will be paid on premature withdrawal of such deposits. There should be such deposits means bulk deposit. When interest won't be paid? If it is withdrawn before maturity. If bulk deposits are withdrawn before maturity, bank may prescribe the conditions that the bank won't be paying any interest rate. Who among the following is eligible for additional interest rate on term deposit? Bank employees, federations, spouse of a deceased member of cooperative bank, member of bank officer associations, resident Indians, senior citizens holding term deposit, STS the name. Note that only either the staff of bank or spouse if CIF is attached with that husband, then it can only take the additional interest rate on term deposit. This is not important, just for your knowledge that bank staff get in higher interest rate. Do anyone knows how much higher interest rate bank staff get? Usually
1%.
To 1%.
1% extra, 1%.
1% or sometimes 0.5% as bank says. Normally it is 1%. What happens to interest rate on unclaimed matured term deposit? This is very important. This question has already been asked last year. What happens to the interest rate on unclaimed matured term deposit left with cooperative bank? Not only with the cooperative banks, if it is left with any bank.
Rate remains the same, sir.
Remains the same at contracted rate. Okay. Saurabh,
Yes, sir.
Abhijit, Suraj.
Sir, it will the 1% per annum.
No.
Rate remains the
हम
same, sir.
guess
Sir, if it is matured, it will turn into savings account rate, sir.
very good, Krishna Swami. Very good. It will not only the saving. Suppose your FD interest rate is 3 and saving interest rate 2. Then the rate will be applicable as to saving 2%. Suppose your FD interest rate 2 and saving interest rate is 3. Then it will be given as interest rate 2. Means it will be as contracted rate of FD or saving. Generally saving interest rate is low as compared to fixed deposit. Then it is better to say it will go on saving interest rate or contracted rate if contracted rate is less than the saving interest rate. Correct? सूरज सूरज कुमार
Yes, sir.
क्या हिंदी में बताएं क्या इसको?
Yes, sir.
समझ में आया आपको ये?
नहीं सर.
ओके
सर कुछ
ठीक.
हिंदी में भी सर थोड़ा बताया कीजिए सर.
ओके ठीक है, हिंदी में भी बताते हैं. एक बंदे का बैंक में फिक्स डिपॉजिट है, वो फिक्स डिपॉजिट अनक्लेम्ड हो गया. डू यू नो व्हाट इज अनक्लेम्ड डिपॉजिट?
नो सर.
वैसे डिपॉजिट तो 10 साल से ज्यादा के हो गए हैं. ठीक.
यस
अब वो
सर.
बैंक में अगर पड़ा हुआ है तो उस पे क्या इंटरेस्ट रेट मिलेगा? ओके. देन
यस सर.
इंटरेस्ट रेट या तो कॉन्ट्रैक्टेड रेट का मिलेगा, मीन्स जो एफडी पे चल रहा है, नहीं तो सेविंग का मिलेगा, दोनों में से जो कम होगा. ओके.
यस.
Which type of banks are authorized to accept foreign currency deposits under FC foreign currency non-resident account? FCNR deposit. Who can accept FCNR deposit?
Scheduled commercial bank. Scheduled commercial bank.
Scheduled commercial may also accept. Okay. Scheduled cooperative banks may also accept. Note that if you okay, you need to write it, because if there is some time answers are based on the directions only, means whatever circulars are issued by RBI, these are based on the specific direction only. There may be some conflict on answers. Okay, then you need to study further both scheduled commercial banks and scheduled cooperative banks. Not the cooperative bank, scheduled cooperative banks may accept this deposit.
सर एक
Now,
क्वेश्चन है
yes,
सर, ये शेड्यूल्ड कमर्शियल बैंक, शेड्यूल्ड कोऑपरेटिव बैंक एंड कोऑपरेटिव बैंक में क्या डिफरेंस है?
there are some cooperative banks which are not included in second schedule of RBI Act. Okay, then these
यस
are
सर.
called non-scheduled banks. Okay, further, there may be cooperative banks which may be scheduled or unscheduled. Unscheduled means regulations are not applicable to these cooperative banks like capital adequacy norms. Okay, these are not applicable to non-scheduled banks, means which are not included in second schedule of it. If it is the scheduled bank, then all such norms will be applicable to that bank. Now, okay.
यस सर.
Under FCNRB deposit, FCNRB, do you tell me what is N in FCNR?
Non-resident, sir.
Non basic. Annual.
Yes, yes. And what do you mean by bank? P? This is bank. Okay.
Bulk.
No, bank. Before FCNRB, what was the category of deposits running? जब तक FCNRB scheme नहीं आया था, until when the FCNRB scheme was not there, tell me then this, like which deposit scheme was in force? Do you know FCNRB से पहले क्या था? जब FCNRB अकाउंट नहीं खोले जाते थे, then FCNRA was there. Okay, then A was meaning their account. What is the now tell what is the maximum period of FCNRB deposit? It has been already been asked in GBO a number of times in GBO exams. FCNRB का maximum period
5 years.
5 years.
Abhijit, okay, 5 years is correct. What is the basis of calculating interest rate on FCNRB scheme? FCNRB स्कीम में इंटरेस्ट कैसे कैलकुलेट होता है? Okay, let's leave this
Monthly
question.
compounding.
No. Let me ask you a question. What is how our banks calculate? In which bank you are working? This is calculated on a daily basis or monthly basis or yearly basis or quarterly basis. Interest calculation.
Yearly
Interest
basis, sir.
Yearly, sir, yearly basis.
Annually.
yearly basis. Okay, which is wrong.
Quarterly, sir.
Okay, quarterly is also wrong.
Monthly.
Monthly is also wrong.
Daily,
The calculation is always on daily basis,
daily basis.
monthly or less. Okay, monthly or less means daily basis. But the credit to the account can be given either quarterly or yearly. Okay, calculation is a different thing, and crediting is the different thing. Suppose, as on today, you have 1 lakh rupees balance. Suppose on the last day, or suppose on 28th, you withdrew all your 1 lakh rupees. Then if it is a monthly, you won't get any interest, okay? You will get zero interest. If it is a daily basis, then for these 28 days, you will get interest. For other 2 days, you will get zero. In the same way, FCNRB scheme is calculated on 360 days to a year. Correct? It will be calculated on the basis 360 days in a year. Now, what is the interest rate determined FCNRB deposit different maturity periods? Means how interest rate is defined on FCNRB deposit. FCNRB डिपॉजिट में इंटरेस्ट रेट किस तरह से कैलकुलेट किया जाता है?
The C option.
Fixed by the Reserve Bank of India.
नो आरबीआई को आप लोगों ने इतना बड़ा भगवान मान लिया है कि कुछ आरबीआई दिखा तो उस पर टिक करना ही है.
देखो तो ऐसे नहीं.
Have you ever heard about LIBOR? LIBOR. Now it is ceased.
London
Now
Interbank.
SFR. Now S2FR. No, sir.
Yes. See, any alternative reference rate, okay, overnight. Can you tell me what is overnight alternative reference rate? Overnight means for 1 day. Okay, 1 day means if it is on the first, then it is on the second. For 1 to 2. Okay, this is for 1 day overnight reference rate. This is the reference rate on which basis FCNRBA is calculated. Where these rates are used, where the alternative reference rate or other rates are used, these are used on interbank market. इंटरबैंक मार्केट्स मतलब एक बैंक दूसरे बैंक से भी पैसे उधार लेता है ना, कॉल मनी, नोटिस मनी एंड टर्म मनी. Vijit, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What is term money?
It is for a specific term, sir. The bank borrows money for a specific term. 7 days to.
No. Anyone? What is term money?
Sir, 15 days to 1 year.
Yes. Very good. Very good, Krishna Swami. Very nice. You need not worry. We will be studying it again when we will be studying foreign exchange. But better to know if it is shared or PDF other shared with you is available, then you must go through this. In case of premature withdrawal of FCNR deposit, what action can bank take according to provided directions? Okay, अगर FCNRB अपने मेच्योरिटी से पहले अगर उसको विड्रा किया जाता है तो what action can the bank take? The only thing, any premature withdrawal, not only FCNR. Let me ask you a question. Can any bank stop premature withdrawal? Whether it is a bulk
No, sir.
deposit?
No.
No, sir.
No. The only thing the bank can do is levy a penalty. Okay? Just here also. The bank may charge a penalty, but the bank will have to dispose of the deposit. Okay? This is at bank's discretion. Now, what? Uh, okay, there are around 100 questions, we will be speeding up. If you know this, then answer it. What happens to FCNRB deposit if depositor returns to India for permanent settlement? FCNRB डिपॉजिट जिसने बनाया है अगर वो इंडिया में वापस आ जाता है, बिकॉज FCNRB डिपॉजिट फॉर NRI, okay, if it comes back to India, then what will be your action or what will be the bank's action? इंटरेस्ट रेट में क्या होगा? ओके, लेट मी आस्क ए क्वेश्चन. आज अगर किसी ने फिक्स डिपॉजिट 5 years के लिए बनाया, ठीक है, और वो डिसीज हो गया, तो क्या करोगे आप? इसको इमीडिएट ब्रेक करके दे दोगे या मेच्योरिटी तक ऐसे ही चलेगा?
ब्रेक करके देंगे तो
This will go through maturity. In the same way, that deposit will continue till maturity. Thereafter, it will be converted as a resident deposit. Who approves the penalty policy for deposit? Not only on deposit, for any type of penalty which bank levies to the customer. Okay, only the board of the bank decides. See, this question may not come to exam, but this question may be asked when any board member is there. Okay, how much penalty? He will ask that how much penalty you will take from it. Suppose you are a branch manager, a person comes to you, how much penalty you will charge? Then your answer should be, sir, it will be decided by banks. It is decided by bank's internal policy, which is approved by board. Now, what is the primary purpose of the resident foreign currency account scheme? Means residents are opening the foreign currency account. This is the purpose, means to allow the residents to hold foreign currency deposit. What defines a customer induced transaction in context of banking operation? This is very important. Note that. Very important, because this is related to dormant account status. What do you mean by customer induced transaction out of these four given? Are you able to see? आपकी स्क्रीन पे ये दिख रहा है क्या? 70 नंबर क्वेश्चन 17.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then answer out of
See.
option A, B, C, and D.
C, sir. Financial or non-financial transaction initiated by or behest of the account holder.
Very good. Suppose अगर पर्सन के अकाउंट में if there is no customer induced transaction, then only account will be treated as dormant. But there is an exception. I will be dealing in the next question with it. How long should an account remain without any customer induced transaction before it is classified as inoperative?
2 years, sir.
Tell.
2 years.
Krishna Swami.
Sir, inactive is 1 year, dormant is 2 years.
No, I am saying that if it is inoperative.
1 year, sir.
Inoperative is also a classification of dormant account. Okay.
Okay, sir.
After 1 year, it will be inactive. And after 2 years, it will be classified as inoperative or dormant. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, What transactions are considered as customer-induced transactions for purpose of classifying account as inoperative? 20 number question.
सर 19 वाला भी अभी बचा है, 19 वाला डिस्कस नहीं हुआ.
Oh, yes. 19. What action should a bank take if no response is received from the account holder after sending alerts about inactivity? Means RBI ने guide किया है. RBI has instructed that you should not immediately classify mark as inoperative or inactive and sit at your bank. You just need to inform the customer in a proper way so that the customer comes and activates the account or begins the operation. Okay. But suppose you have informed the customer through proper channel, but no response is received. Then what will you do?
B, sir, conduct an inquiry to locate the account holder.
Yes. Very good. This is the direction of RBI. You will conduct an inquiry to locate account holder or legal heir to dispose of the proceeds of the account. Or asking whereabouts of the customer and then contacting again. What transactions are considered as customer-induced transaction for the purpose of classifying account as inoperative? Account को inoperative classify करने के लिए what are the considered as customer-induced? Means if these are such transactions, you won't classify the account as inoperative. Then option A, B, C, and D are there. If it is visible to you, then answer it.
D, sir. Transaction initiated by the bank on behalf of the account.
Yes.
No, sorry, sir. No. Only those
both.
Anyone?
Both financial, non-financial transactions.
B, C, sir. Both financial and non-financial transactions initiated by the.
Anyone? Okay. C is correct. Both financial and non-financial transaction. Transaction in account means either it is financial or non-financial. Both are included as the transaction. How should the bank treat account opened for credit of yes. That this was the question I was asking. Where some exception is there. How should banks treat accounts opened for credit of scholarship amount? Not only the scholarship. Someone is there for which subsidy is coming. This is also a type of the account which is same as a scholarship account. Under any DBT scheme, you can say. Then how should the bank treat? Tell. They are not operating the account because they are receiving the subsidy. Then what will be the answers out of A, B, C, and D?
C, sir. They should segregate these accounts to exempt them from the inoperative account classification.
Very good. Very nice. Any of account which is opened only for the purpose of receiving the scholarship or for the purpose of taking a DBT, okay, then bank should not classify such accounts as inoperative even if these accounts are not operated for a long time. Correct? Any confusion? Answer will be C. The bank should segregate such accounts and should not exempt them from being inoperative. Okay. What is the purpose of segregating inoperative accounts and unclaimed deposits?
B, sir. To reduce the risk of fraud and monitor the activity.
Well, anyone?
B.
Yes. This is the purpose. Only purpose is this that so that frauds and other things risk is associated. What is the risk involved? Because if fraud happens, suppose our account was not operated for 12 weeks, around more than 10 years, Okay, it was staying with the bank. Someone known, someone somehow he knew that this account having 10 lakh of balance. He planned something and withdrew that 10 lakh rupees. Okay, the fraud happened. What is the risk? When the actual customer or legal heirs will come, the will have to pay that 10 lakh rupees to bank. That is the risk to bank. In almost all fraud cases, bank has the liability if customer is not involved. How should banks trace customers of inoperative accounts or unclaimed deposits? This is not important. You may study yourself. There are various ways. How can customers activate their inoperative accounts or unclaimed deposits? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, because this can be asked during your interview. SBI may ask.
B, sir. B, via KYC updation of branch and user, including non-owned branches through VSIP.
Okay. Now, tell me the answer. The question in the interview will be asked that suppose you are a branch manager and customer is residing in some very far places. He is unable to come to your branch. What is the way possible that you will activate the KYC? Can you use video KYC? Means video customer identification process? Yes. VCIP is as face-to-face CIP. There is no differentiation in VCIP or face-to-face CIP. VCIP is equivalent to face-to-face CIP, means whether the customer attends your branch or through your mobile video calling. This is same. Okay, then you can use the B for activating and activate that inoperative account. What is required for activation of inoperative unclaimed deposit? That is the KYC. Okay, compliance with KYC guidelines and second level authorization in CBS. Okay. How are account holders notified once their inoperative status has been removed? तो email and SMS आप कोई भी use कर सकते हो. That is not very important. Now, what action banks should take regarding the payment of interest on saving accounts that are inoperative? This is very important. Accounts which are inoperative. What do you mean inoperative account?
2 years and no customer induced transactions are then inoperative.
Yes. Then what? Whether interest is credited in such accounts or not?
Yes, sir. Interest should be credited on regular basis regardless of the account status.
Yes, very good. Interest will be credited. And one more thing, that interest will be credited and this would not be considered as a 1 minute. Shiva Prasad, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Tell me, there is an account that is inoperative. Okay.
Okay.
This account is inoperative. The interest is being credited to account. Then why this is classified as inoperative when interest is being credited? Because when we will credit the interest, there will be a transaction in account.
But the transaction is not used by the customer now.
Yes.
So
Very good.
it
Now,
is not initiated by the customer, it is initiated by the bank.
customer should initiate the transaction, then only it will be called as customer induced.
Yes.
28 number is just the simple question that we have studied, that permissions to charges. We will leave it. Okay, this one. This is very important. How often should banks update the details of unclaimed deposits transferred to DEA fund of RBI? Have you seen the question? How often should the banks update the details of unclaimed deposits transferred to DEA funds of RBI? What is DEA fund?
Depository Education Awareness Fund.
Education and awareness.
Yes. This is called as DEAF. Here I have written as DEA fund. Okay. Quarterly or annually or monthly or biannually. Data is updated na every.
Not sure, sir, but I guess annually, because we used to do this activity annually in our bank.
That is transfer. Is it? How often banks should update the details of unclaimed deposit transfer to DEA? Banks should update means bank will be updating on their website.
It is quarterly, sir.
Anyone? It is monthly, okay? Monthly you need to update on website. Banks will be updating on monthly.
Monthly.
What information about unclaimed deposits should be displayed by the banks on their website?
UDRN, sir. Name, address,
Anyone?
UDRN. B, sir, B.
Krishna Swami?
So B, sir.
Radil?
I'm also thinking B, sir.
Bank will update your name, address, and UDRN. What? Okay. UDRN. Full form is given that I won't ask. See, while attending the session, you must study all circular compilations. Don't take the session very easy, okay? I need to uh, see that you answer all such questions which I make out of circular. Earlier, I was not sharing the MCQs because I was knowing that you people will study it fully. But while teaching this, I am getting that most of you didn't study that circular of RBI circular compilation I shared to you. See, when we have started at the beginning, this batch because need to be in top list. If you just need to pass, then you don't need to join the first batch. Even if you study 1.5 months, then also you will pass. But this won't make you successful because you need to score more marks. Vacancies are decreasing day by day. What the biggest benefit is starting early is that you have enough time. You can study anything and everything. Then study anything and everything. Don't leave any of the topic. Okay. By next time you attend just by studying truly this, and after that the session will be on current affairs MCQ also. There also I need participation. Further, after these two, before attending this our either current affairs session or banking awareness session, we will be doing either 5 DI questions, either 5 some reasoning questions, either 5 computer questions. Then only we will start so that I can see that whether you are going through all subjects good or not. First, we will only 5 questions, only 5 questions on this one. After that, we will start our session. Now,
Yes.
what is the purpose of imposing cooling off period on account reactivation? What is the cooling off period? Do you know?
No, sir.
Suppose due to mistake you have activated an account because some fraud was there, but there will be a time gap available to you so that you can rectify the mistake. Further, suppose you have activated someone by mistake activated planned something and activated the account. Now the actual customer will get a message, and then the customer will come to know that who made this. The actual customer will attend to bank and will inform the bank that this is a fraudulent activity in my account. In this way, customer will be safe. That is the motive behind this implementing cooling period for the account activation. Okay, so to prevent customers from accessing their funds immediately. This is also as a precautionary measure. This is a very important question. 32 number. Which of the following individuals would not be considered as politically exposed person? Before you attend the question, I will be asking a question to you. What do you mean by high risk customer? What is the
Police.
what is the time period for updating KYC of the high risk customer?
2 years, sir.
2 years. 2 years.
And for low risk customer?
10 years, sir.
Then do you know who is high risk customer?
Sir, high volume of transactions in the account.
Salaried customers are high risk or low risk?
Low risk, sir.
Salaried customers are high risk or low risk?
Low risk.
Very good. See, but politically exposed persons are high risk or low risk customers?
High risk, sir.
High risk, okay. But before you know that PEP are high risk customers, you must also know who is PEP. Then out of A, B, C, and D, who is not a PEP?
C. High ranking.
D.
D, sir, CEO of multinational corporation. No, it can be high risk. State.
High ranking military officer.
मैं ओके आई विल बी टेलिंग, मैं आपको एक कॉन्सेप्ट बताता हूँ, उसे याद रखोगे तो आपको हाई रिस्क डिसाइड करने में कभी भी गड़बड़ी नहीं हो. You won't fail while assessing whether it is a high risk or low risk. Tell me, anyone who can use government fund or public fund is a high risk through this post. Then tell, see how many person can use the government fund or public other funds using their post.
ABC, sir. ABC.
A can use or not?
Yes.
Yes, because state-owned corporation, then it can use a person head. State government head can use the public fund or government fund or not?
Yes, sir.
Then he is a high-risk customer. High-ranking military officer can use this fund or not? Yes,
Yes, sir.
because all defense deals are done through this person. Okay. CEOs are multinational corporation, means companies. Can they use? They
No,
can
sir.
use funds, but not of the government or public. Okay. कंपनी का फंड यूज करना, दिस इज नॉट. जैसे हेड ऑफ ए कंपनी इज ए हाई रिस्क और लो रिस्क, इज ए
Low
पीईपी
risk.
और नॉट?
Medium risk, yes.
Yes. Is a PEP or not?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Head of Zomato is a PEP or not?
No, sir.
No. Head of PhonePe is a PEP or not?
No, sir.
Head of Paytm is a PEP or not? No.
No.
अभी नाउ अभी आपको कोई कंफ्यूजन होगा क्या पीईपी डिसाइड करने में?
No, sir.
नाउ salaried customers are low risk or high risk?
Low risk.
Suppose there is a district, here is a DM who is a salaried employee. He comes to your bank, open a salary account. It will be a low risk or high risk? Tell.
It can be high risk, sir.
Low risk, sir, because that is for salary purpose only. If
No,
he
no.
is opening on his individual capacity,
See, Saurabh. See, the risk category is not defined for the purpose of transaction. This is defined basis on the person.
okay, then high risk, sir.
High risk, okay? Anyone who can misuse the fund, he is a
High
high
risk.
risk. Okay. Now clear? Should we move ahead?
Even their family members is considered high risk only, no, sir?
Yes. High risk. Although family members are not high risk, but you know that their accounts can be manipulated, then it is better you classify it as high risk.
Okay.
Which of the following foreign exchange derivative contracts can be recognized on exchange stock exchanges? This is also a circular recently issued. Which of the following forex transactions can be used as exchange derivative product? Do you know what is the derivative?
Future and option, these things, sir, which we do in instead of cash, is when we do speculation in stock market like future or option, then that is considered as derivative.
Okay, I will be telling you what is the derivative. Suppose there is a stock 10 rupees per stock. There are minimum amount to purchase is 50. You will need to purchase 500. Suppose the same stock, it is assumed that in upcoming days it will go 60. But by the same time, it is also assumed that in the upcoming day it may go to 40 also. Then here, if you have put 500 here, you will be receiving 400 here, means loss of 100 rupees. Okay. Some persons or some intermediary may offer that you don't need 500. You just give me 100 rupees and book for 50 shares. Okay. If it goes to 60, you will receive 100 plus 100 again. Okay. Your profit. This is the called a derivative because you didn't purchase the actual amount of shares. You just manipulated the amount. Okay? These are derived. The value of this, then this will not be called a share. Like you insert in the futures and options. If you know this, then you will come to know that this is a derivative. Derivative means it derives the value from some other thing. It is not actually the stock. The purpose of derivative was to hedge the amount. When we will study the forex, we will study it more. Then the foreign exchange stock exchanges offer what stock exchanges can offer? Stock exchanges offer foreign exchange swap or forward booking or playing in the spread. All the things are offered by stock exchanges. See, What is the maximum tenor for which foreign exchange derivative contract? This is the important thing. Any derivative
12
contract,
months.
maximum 12 months.
Yes.
Okay, not more than that. In which currency pairs can be recognized stock exchanges offer derivative contracts? Means you just leave the cross rate. Okay, means जो करेंसी है, ये जो करेंसी के पेयर्स हैं, तो स्टॉक एक्सचेंजेस इस करेंसी में कौन से रेट में करेंसी के पेयर्स में डेरिवेटिव कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स को ऑफर करते हैं?
B, sir, B.
यूएसडी आईएनआर और यूरो आईएनआर में ही ऑफर करते हैं. सी cross rate you leave it. Here is no INR. Can we offer? No, because we are playing in INR. Here also there is INR. Okay, you can go through JPY INR, but here is Euro GBP. This cannot be offered. Here is USD INR, but here is not GBP INR. Okay, here is the cross. Leave that cross. You will be having only one option. That will be the correct. What is the purpose of offering foreign exchange derivative contracts involving INR?
C, sir, C.
Any derivative is expected only for the hedging purpose. Okay,
Yes, sir.
hedging. Do you know what is the hedging?
Hedging means, sir, like suppose I am wheat exporter, but I am not sure about the weather condition, so price would be fluctuating on my production.
Yes, yes, yes,
So in
yes,
future
yes, yes.
itself, I am
Very,
fixing the
very,
price
very
whether.
good, very good. Hedging means limiting the price fluctuation. Simply, in layman's terms, price fluctuation. Suppose at present 1 USD is equal to 83 INR. In future, you are expecting that 1 USD may go 100 INR. Then you will be taking a derivative contract on USD INR at the rate either 83 on today and payable on some later date, or 85, or on which rate it is available. At least it won't go 100. This is called hedging. This is the reason by which this derivative product was developed. But nowadays it is being used for speculation purpose. What is the maximum limit for a user to take position in contrast involving INR without establishing underlying exposure? Establishing underlying exposure means just by playing option in future without involving the actual amount. What is the maximum amount as permitted by RBI? It is 100 million. This is important. It may be asked. How are the exchange traded foreign exchange derivative contracts settled involving INR? Okay. Exchange traded foreign exchange derivative contract. इस क्वेश्चन का मतलब ये है कि एक्सचेंज ट्रेडेड फंड्स जो है फॉरेन एक्सचेंज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के, वो किस में सेटल्ड होते हैं. ठीक है, ऐसे फॉरेन एक्सचेंज डेरिवेटिव हमेशा ही आईएनआर में सेटल्ड होते हैं. दिस क्वेश्चन इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट specifically for GBO because it may be asked if you are appearing for forex officer. This is 39 is also not important for GPU, but if you need, then you can study. This is important. 40. Which authority may modify eligibility criteria for participants in foreign exchange derivative contracts? Okay. Okay. See, it is actually related to money market. Okay. Who regulates money market?
RBI only, sir.
Who?
RBI.
RBI. Then who will decide the eligibility criteria?
RBI.
Yes. Correct. Sometimes questions may be framed in a different way, but ultimately it goes with simpler terms if you explain it to your own mind. This is also important. See, this question is not related to actually from RBI circular because this circular was issued earlier, very early. But a circular related to NBFC was issued. That's why I included these questions also, so that you may be familiar with tier based and what are the layers of the classification. Okay. 41. What are the four layers comprising the regulatory structure of NBFCs based on their size, activity, and riskness? हिंदी में बताते हैं एनबीएफसी के जो फोर लेयर्स हैं वो कौन कौन से हैं? एनीवन?
C, sir.
Yeah, very good. Yes, it is C. Base layer, middle layer, upper layer, top layer. These are the classification based on this. Question 42. Which NBFC belong to base layer of the regulatory structure? Means
Less than 1,000 crore.
well,
A, sir.
NBFCs, which option? Are you willing seeing this option?
A only, sir. NBFC with the asset size below 1,000 crore and those undertaking specific activities.
Yes, yes, yes. Very good. Below 1,000 crore. It is deposit size or asset size?
Asset size, sir.
Yes, asset size. Sometimes during the exam it will be given as the deposit size. Don't confuse it with it. Okay. What are the category of NBFCs constituting middle layer? This is C. Okay. All NBFCs which are taking deposits will be in middle layer. If it is a non-deposit taking NBFC, but its size is above this 1,000 crore, then it will come under middle layer. Certain NBFCs undertaking specific activities. What criteria determine the inclusion of NBFCs in upper layer? Means which NBFC will come in upper layer? In the upper layer, only RBI decides which NBFC will come in upper layer. Which NBFC will always remain in the base layer of the regulatory structure? Option B is the correct because NBFC, P2P, AA, non-operating financial holding companies, all such NBFCs will be under base layer of this. Which processes are NBFCs required to undertake under the internal? Okay, this is not important, but this is the important thing. ICAAP, sometimes it may be asked what is P in this. Okay, then answer this. Which process are NBFCs required to undertake the internal capital adequacy assessment process? Means whether NBFC is having adequate capital using the method ICAP, how it is assessed? It is already here written is the internal capital adequacy, means internal audit assessment. It is NBFC's internal audit or internal risk assessment method, not the audit. It should be the risk because it is a risk assessment process in which it will be defined as a having adequate internal capital. See, these all are relative to NBFC other layer. Okay, this is important, and this is also important. 48 number. Why? Because this is the same for the bank. See, what is the minimum common equity tier 1 capital for NBFC upper layer? Tell. Anyone? It is 9%. Have you studied, anyone studied Basel norm?
Yes, sir.
What is the minimum capital? Minimum T1 plus T2? Excluding CCB. बेसल आपने नहीं पढ़ा? बेसल नाम थोड़ा सा दिमाग में रहना चाहिए ना. What should be the capital? 2.5 कैपिटल कंजर्वेशन बफर टोटल कैपिटल में से निकाल दोगे 11.5 में से तो उसका भी 9 ही आएगा, इसका भी 9% है. If you remove that 2.5% out of this, you will be getting actual capital requirement. Okay, if it is there is tier 1 capital and there is tier 2 capital. Which capital is good? Which quality capital किधर रहता है? Tier 1 or tier 2? Tier 1. After that comes tier 2 because tier 1 is required for running business. If a bank is running, then tier 1 is working. If bank fails or goes into liquidation, then tier 2 is used. Tier 2 is not readily available for banks to be used. It is like a blocked fund. Okay. We will be leaving that NBFC because not all NBFC upper layer you study because it is the older circular and you study all the things having the answer. Okay. Yes. What is the mandate for NBFCs with 10 or more branches regarding the core banking solution adoption? RBI recently issued a CBS adoption by the NBFCs. Okay. Then out of options A, B, C, and D, tell within how many years the CBS system will be adopted by NBFCs. within 3 years, not only start of from NBFCs. This is from the date of the circular. Within 3 years, all such NBFCs having 10 or more branches will adopt core banking solution like system. What is the requirement for the qualification of board members in NBFC upper layer? Means if someone is to be appointed into board of the NBFC upper layer, then what is its qualification? He must be having educational qualification and experience both. This is not important, but as it was in circular, I have included it. What happens if an independent director is removed or resigns from NBFC in upper layer? अगर किसी NBFC अपर लेयर का डायरेक्टर हटाया जाता है या वो रिजाइन करता है, तो what to be done? It will be reported to the supervisor. Means supervisor means RBI. What is the maximum time limit provided for NBFCs identified as upper layer to establish prescribed for the upper layer? Okay. What is the maximum time limit provided for NBFCs identified as NBFC upper layer to adhere to stipulations? Means suppose there is some NBFC which has been identified as NBFC upper layer. Then all the guidelines which are applicable to upper layer. Suppose it was in base layer, then it switched to upper layer. Then what is the time limit between which all upper layer guidelines will be applicable to this NBFC? Means हिंदी में बोलते हैं, समझ में आएगा. सूरज, अगर किसी NBFC को, ओके ठीक, अगर कोई NBFC बेस लेयर में थी या अपर लेयर से नीचे थी, अगर वो अपर लेयर में जाती है तो उसको सब गाइडलाइंस को इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए कितने महीने का टाइम पीरियड होता है? It is 2 years. Okay, means within 24 months he has to stipulate and implement all the guidelines applicable as to upper layer. This is also related to NBFC. We will be leaving this. All NBFC you study. Okay. Now, this is for when do the revised instruction regarding the inclusion of urban cooperative banks in the second schedule came into the effect? कुछ अर्बन कोऑपरेटिव बैंक ऐसे हैं जिनको सेकंड शेड्यूल में इंक्लूड किया गया है, ठीक है. तो व्हेन इट वाज इफेक्टिव, यहाँ पर आना चाहिए इसका डेट भी. इट वाज इफेक्टिव फ्रॉम द डेट व्हेन इट वाज इश्यूड. विच डेट? इट वाज इश्यूड ऑन January 17, 2024. Okay. What is the duration of advance payment period allowed for import of gold through IIBF and valid TRQ holders under the India UAE CEPA? Out of which you tell me what is CEPA? Full form of CEPA. Anyone can tell? Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. What is IIBF?
Indian Institute of Banking and Finance.
IIBF. That is IIBF. That is
I'm sorry,
IIBF.
sir.
ओके, तो क्वेश्चन को हम हिंदी में बताते हैं। एडवांस, व्हाट इज एडवांस पेमेंट, डू यू नो?
Yes, sir.
Before receiving the goods or services, if we pay, that is advance payment. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Someone importing is a gold, but gold has not arrived yet. He has to purchase the gold. Okay. Suppose its 1 day consumption is 1 kg. Then how much maximum amount of advance payment he can do if gold price is rupees 5 per kg? See,
He can pay up to 100% also, sir.
100%, but how much of 100%? What is the quantity of that 100%?
If he's
Of
buying
11
1
days,
kg,
11 days consumption. Okay, 11 days consumption. What will be the 11 days consumption? It will be 11 kg. What is the rate? It is 5 kg. Will be 55 rupees. He can make advance payment of that 55 rupees as 100%. You are saying he can pay, but he cannot pay for 60, मतलब 12 kg. Only
no,
11.
sir.
Only 11 days. Means how
Yes, sir.
many days we can consider for advance payment? It is 11 days for gold, and the same is true for uh, silver also. Now this is not important. 74, 75 we will be coming. What is considered as tier 1 capital for exposure limit? किसी भी बैंक के टीयर 1 कैपिटल का एक्सपोजर फिक्स करने के लिए कौन सी डेट ली जाती है? एज ऑन 31 मार्च ऑफ, नहीं हो, अच्छा यहाँ दिया, यस, सी, एज ऑन 31 मार्च ऑफ प्रीसीडिंग फाइनल ईयर, पिछले 31 मार्च की जो बैलेंस शीट है उसकी, उसके हिसाब से टीयर 1 कैपिटल को एक्सपोजर डिसाइड करते हैं। विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज इंक्लूडेड in credit exposure according to provided definitions? This is not important. Which of the following is credit exposure? But you can learn it. Answer will be there. Okay. Which of the following is considered as unsecured advances? 79. This is important. Yes, unsecured advances means unsecured loan.
Let's see one.
Advances against supply of bills drawn on central or state government. तो ये तो हमेशा ही secured होता है, central state government.
C,
This
sir.
is out.
C.
Advances against book dates outstanding for more than, advances against book dates whether these are outstanding or not, this is also secured. Advances against in form of packing credit, okay, this can also be secured because
Yes.
packing credit is always issued either on behalf of some LC or any other thing. This is secured.
Credit
Do you
limit
know
also,
trust
sir.
receipt? Trust receipt is nothing. That is out of
What?
context in this case.
So what does that line mean, sir? Advances against trust receipts.
Okay. Do you know what is trust? Anyone?
Yeah.
Just tell.
Mm, mm. It is like an organization, sir, which is open for social welfare. Like a college is open on trust basis.
The
ओके, ट्रस्ट
association of
रिसीट
person.
बोलता हूँ, वो दूसरा है ट्रस्ट। ट्रस्ट रिसीट ये होती है, ओके, व्हाट यू आर सेइंग दैट इज अनदर थिंग, दैट इज ट्रस्ट। सपोज you give me some letter and say that when my stock will be sold, I will pay you. Okay?
Mm.
And you trust me and give me a loan. Is there
No,
any
sir.
security in it?
No, no, sir.
Can you tell that this is a secured loan?
No, 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 sir. No.
Yes, this is that. Don't confuse with that trust receipt. That
Okay,
trust. Okay?
okay, sir.
This is not
Okay,
that
sir.
trust you are understanding.
Okay, sir.
What is the maximum exposure limit to an individual borrower tier 1 capital of UCB? Means how much percentage of tier 1 capital of UCB you can give to an individual borrower? Even you can guess it because this is available at a number of places, not only for UCBs, for other corporate, other banks, commercial banks also.
85%, sir.
How much? This is 15%. Okay. Now, one more question. If it is a 15%, then can UCBs give 20% to individual in any case? Yes. Because board, every board has a power of 5%. Okay. They can deviate 5%. Means if their board approves, they can give 20% also. But if straightforward question is there, then the answer will be 15% only. How often should the UCBs compute their exposure ceilings for group, individual or group borrower? Yes, when they declare that this is a group exposure or this is individual exposure, then what is its periodicity? It is always annually and as on 31st March. It is not on ongoing basis. Okay. What is the threshold for value of loans should maintain? What is the threshold value for the loans that UCB should maintain? This is 0.2% tier 1 exposure, or it is the maximum of up to 25 lakh. Real estate, commercial estate. Yes, this is the same as for other commercial banks. It's not very important. We will be moving with next. Yes. What is the, yes, this is important. What is the duration of initial appointment of statutory auditors in a bank according to guidelines? मीन्स मिनिमम कितने साल के लिए स्टेट्यूटरी ऑडिटर को आपको अपॉइंट करना है? दिस इज द गाइडलाइन ऑफ आरबीआई. Once you appoint, this is the minimum period statutory auditor will be auditing your bank. It is 1 year and it is up to 3 years also. If it is 1 year, then you write is 1 year. See here, 3 year is also minimum period is 1 year. At least for a minimum period of 1 year, you will have to appoint it. How many banks can an audit firm concurrently audit in a year according to guideline? Means if there is an audit firm A which audits the bank, how many banks can a audit firm audit concurrently? मतलब ये वाली जो ऑडिट फर्म है एक साथ कितने बैंक का ऑडिट ले सकती है हाथ में, मतलब कितने बैंकों का एक साथ ऑडिट कर सकती है? This is also in the circular that I compilation. Okay, this is the 5 banks. Maximum of 5 banks you can audit. What is the maximum tenure an auditor or firm can serve in the same bank? मतलब एक बार ऑडिट हो गया तो इस तरह से ऑडिट की साइकिल उस बैंक में कितनी बार चल सकती है?
5 years, sir.
Years. Generally, what happens in the exams, during exams, we generally get distracted with the prime numbers. Let's 7 will be true, 5 will be true. Okay, sometimes we see, but before we go to the exam, we need to have a through a study of things. See, either only audit is there, no, that audit related question related to audit is not very important. But as circular has been issued, we need to study. See this question. Which branches may be taken up for audit if fraud, embezzlement or suspicious transaction are suspected? अगर किसी ब्रांच में फ्रॉड होता है तो वो ब्रांच को ऑडिट होना ही है. Means branch not covered by other criteria. This is not that it is not true that this must be top 20 branches of the bank, then only will be there only will be the audit. No, if fraud is there, audit is compulsory as per RBI guideline. If asset size is important, if asset size of scheduled state commercial bank or central cooperative bank, state cooperative banks or central cooperative banks on 31st March of previous financial year, ठीक है, then the minimum number of full time, see here 10,000 crore and above should be there. Here it is not given. I will be rectifying this question because here size is not given. Okay, then I will be sharing with you. We won't discuss it. See, who decides the actual selection of the branches to be taken up for audit? Means audit will be there. Who will decide? Always board decides who will audit, where the audit will be. But the criteria for the audit, instructions for the audit is issued by RBI and complied by board. If they want to add some additional thing, they can audit. They can do the thing. See, what factors should the bank consider while deciding the branches and business coverage for audit? मीन्स अगर किसी ब्रांच का ऑडिट होना है तो क्या डिसाइड करते हैं? ऑप्शन ए, बी, सी एंड डी.
D.
साइज का तो ऑडिट से, साइज तो टॉप 20 वाला वो दूसरी चीज है. अदर फैक्टर, degree of centralization of process, and what need to address the credit risk. These are important, but this question is not important because audit से related ये सब नहीं आएगा. If audit related there is vacancy, then only certainly audit professional or manager audit, then only this question will be asked. This is not important. Okay. What information should the bank disclose in its website regarding the branch and business coverage under audit? ऑडिट के अंदर अगर कोई चीज आती है तो बैंक वेबसाइट पे क्या डिस्प्ले करेगी? कुछ नहीं, डिटेल्स ऑफ ब्रांच ही मेंशन होती है और ऑडिट की कोई भी चीज बैंक के वेबसाइट पे मेंशन नहीं होती है. ओके. ऑडिट से रिलेटेड कोई भी चीज बैंक के वेबसाइट पे नहीं मेंशन होती. इन डिटेल्स ऑफ द ब्रांच एंड बिजनेस, this only will be available on the website. See, these are 100 questions and this includes a number of things. I have already given the answer to this. I will be sharing this also along with the answer. Some corrections, only one correction is there. I will be doing this after the discussion. So, anything you at your end you need to know, or you have some suggestions in this the way we will conducting our classes onward, or you need any some guidance, then ask me. Adil, Shiva Prasad,
Yes, sir.
Saurabh,
Some guidance for
Krishna
Vivek
Swami.
with operation.
Krishna Swami, I will be giving you some if you are appearing for the Union Bank credit. Nayak committee and Tandon committee, I will be discussing. Very small thing is this. You will be able to easily grasp this. I will be sharing details in the group. So we leave our session. Okay. Before we leave our session, I will be telling you one thing. Whatever I am sharing, like in the current affairs or others, you just need to go through it and just study it. See, if you are appearing for the IBPS or RBGVO, okay, then quantitative aptitude and reasoning, it must also be strong. Okay, these things will help you scoring higher marks. Okay, but if you will be very dull in quant and reasoning, that will be very difficult to cope with these things. Therefore, don't leave the quant and aptitude. Practice one paper every day. What is not only prelims level is enough. PO prelim, clerk prelim. Do not study for mains. Prelims level is enough. Practice one mock every day. One PYQ, not the mark. One previous year questions. Solve completely. Okay. And grasp a number of things on this. Focus on other GPU exams which are coming because that are far easier than this to correct, and growth opportunities in PSB GPU is far better than RRB. In RRBs, you may have some space that you have some relaxing time, okay, but not much growth is there. So focus on other GPU also. Okay, should we leave our session? Anything you want to ask? Okay, we will be leaving our session. Okay, have a nice